There's something golf cart manufacturers don't want you to know, and I'm here to tell you about it because that's what I do. I'm a Tiki EV. The fact is most of the time, maintenance and repairs are the biggest issue that you're going to have a problem with golf carts. Hopefully you don't have that issue. Hopefully they actually take care of what they're supposed to take care of. But this is an example of the difference, just so you can see. See this control arm? It's 1/4-inch plate steel. Now let me show you a control arm from another golf cart. This is the control arm from another golf cart manufacturer. So this is the difference. Look at that. It's pressed, formed metal. Compare that to that one, which is plate steel. That's a major difference. Then you look at the frame. Then you look at the overall cart, the maintenance items, the battery. This is a much larger battery. One of the other things you should watch out for is any cart dealer that's trying to sell you an extended warranty program. Why do you need an extended warranty if the cart is made well? You don't. So if you're concerned about having additional expenses with the cart, then you need to do a little more research, because if they're offering extended warranty, there are other customers out there that are probably reporting warranty issues. Reddit is your friend. Do a little bit of research and you'll find out that they may have extended delays in receiving parts. So that's another point that you want to look at. The last point is going to be, what are other people reporting, about the cart? What issues have they had? How quickly has it been resolved? And how were they treated? So all these things make a tremendous difference in where you buy your cart and what you spend your money on. I'm not telling you not to buy the cheapest cart, but there's a reason why it's cheaper usually. And you want to find out what that is so you know what you're dealing with going into it. That's one of the big differences in what I try to explain to people, just so they know whatever they buy is going to be okay. When it comes to my carts, I don't have any warranty issues, which is really nice. But the thing is yeah, they cost a little more than some of the bargain basement carts that are out there. Well, that's okay. Buy a little more. I'm only talking like $1,200. I'd rather have a cart that I know is going to last for 5, 10, 15 years or longer than one that is not going to be running very well and may have problems that, unfortunately, it's like throwing good money after bad. You don't want to do it. Another thing that people look at are the features. They love the bells and whistles, and I get it. And those things are fun until they break. So you want to make sure that whatever it is that's built on your cart isn't going to break. Some of the fancy sound bars aren't built as well as others. They've put them on the cart just to sell them. So look at that closely. Certain things like soft arms and all that are nice to have, but they could be put on later, or they may not necessarily be required, because honestly, we're not always leaning on the arms of the cart. You shouldn't, because they're not designed to hold weight. They'll break, and then it's hard to get them replaced. This is one of the other things about it. So those are a couple features. I'll think of something else and tell you in just a moment. Another truth in golf carts. If your neighbors think it's good enough for them, okay, but you don't want to be just like your neighbor. And you may find there are things that your neighbor really doesn't like about their cart, or things you really don't care for. You don't have to settle. Go out, do the research. That means go out and drive carts. Go test drive them. Anybody should let you test drive a cart, sit in it, explain the features to you, and explain what is a better decision and why, so you have all the information so you can actually prepare yourself to make a choice. Because, hey, golf carts aren't cheap, and you don't want to spend your money on something that isn't going to last. If you're going to buy a golf cart, you're planning on using it at least for the next 5 to 10 years. So make sure that you spend your money well. So a salesman should take the time to explain all the features to you, go over the cart in detail. You should know exactly why their cart is good, and hopefully they'll be honest with you and tell you what is not so great about their cart, if they can tell you that. Some of them are controlled by more of a corporate mentality, and they can't tell you all the things that are good or bad about a particular cart, even the one that they're selling, because they're afraid they're going to lose the sale. It's not the way you should be sold. Sales should be a service. Not told or explained what's going on with something, and why it's better, and why it's designed that way. It may be a sign that you have a bad dealer, and maybe you don't need to be at that dealership. Maybe you need to be looking elsewhere too. Doesn't mean a hard no, but it means you really need to consider it and get back with them. You shouldn't be pressured into making a buying decision that day. Looking at golf carts in general is a process. It's kind of like buying a car. It's not as high stress. It's just a golf cart. It's true, but it is your money, and so you want to spend it right. Honestly, for what I've seen, small businesses are the way to go. I run a small business, but I'm also very invested in what happens to my customers and their carts. So I'm going to spend the time to make sure I get it right. You don't always find that with some of the larger dealerships. They have more of a, we're going to turn you through, get it done, get it out the door, and then what happens down the road is kind of your problem. We don't do that here, but other small businesses have the same attitude. They're going to take care of your customer. So that's what you want to do. Now here at Tiki EV, that's what I do. But what other people are out there doing, especially from larger dealerships, I've heard the complaints, I've heard the moans and groans, and people have gotten used to it. Unfortunately, that does catch up with the business. Eventually, people figure that out, and they do buy elsewhere. And then they get better service, they get a better product, and they get a much better experience overall. So for all of your adventures, come to Tiki EV, I'll help you out.